I would describe that.
I don't know who's passionate about the Pro Bowl. I think it's
I walked in at
sad
the
to
end.
see
You're
what
right.
it's sad to see what the game has become because it's not even a game anymore. It's an exhibition.
It hasn't
of
been a
flag
game
football.
for years.
No, but I mean now it's an exhibition of flag football.
Yeah. It was just voices raised. But I walked in on the end of it. So.
Yeah, no.
Were you trying to get him worked up?
Maybe a little bit.
Were you? Is that what it was?
I mean, well, no, it's just there were some things he said that I'm like, okay, I think you're going a little too far to make your point. That's all. I think it's obvious Shedeur Sanders does not belong as one of the 3 quarterback representatives in the AFC in the Pro Bowl festivities. I think that's obvious. That being said, I don't think I'd go to the great lengths Jim went to denigrate the man and say something ridiculous like Joe Flacco deserves it over him when Joe Flacco played on the same team and actually was worse. Or that Phillip Rivers deserves to be on it over Shedeur Sanders when that's not true. Phillip Rivers wasn't winning. And then at the end to say that, so winning games, that's what matters. Yeah, well, I mean, it matters a little bit. There's some other things that matter too, but it's okay. It's okay. Again, I was just trying to stick up for Shedeur a little bit without saying there's no way that he belongs in a Pro Bowl, because he doesn't.
Don't ever say that Jim can't bring the heat over the current state of the Pro Bowl and who belongs and who doesn't on the roster. No. If you're going to talk about Jim Costa, do not say he doesn't bring the heat. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. Anything exciting last night? Did you find a mice?
I'm not sure it's a mouse is the first thing. The second thing is that I realized that he's not behind or underneath or in the piano. He is in the wall in the vent.
Okay.
And he can't get out.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's a mouse or if it's a chipmunk or a squirrel or a raccoon or what. It's not squeaking and it's not like making any noises of distress other than scratching.
Boy. So basically you got something that's entombed.
There's something that's in there, and it's something that's going to stay in. It's going to spend the rest of it.
Get ready for the smell.
Well, maybe. Or I didn't hear it after a certain time yesterday, so maybe it found a way to escape to another part of the house. And if it's up in the attic, then I'll never notice it. So I don't know where it went, what happened, but yeah, it wasn't an issue last night. It was a little bit of an issue yesterday afternoon when I got home and I was on my computer and I could hear it constantly, and the dog is just sawing logs on the couch. I'm like, really? But it's okay. That's fine.
Gator?
Doug?
We are actually a little late for this. That is something we do each and every year, and it is the Karsch and Anderson Mock Draft 1.0. We annually do it 3 months to the day to the NFL Draft. However, we missed it last week, and last week was kind of busy. And last night was one of the slowest sports days we'll have all winter. So today seems like a perfect day to do Mock 1.0. The way it works is we want to know who Detroit, meaning all of you, think is the perfect pick at 17. So, of course, there are players that are going to be off the board, and it's up to us to deem which of these players will not be on the board at 17. So what you essentially do is you look through the most credible mock drafts you have, and you go, okay, can I find one of these credible people that has Akeem Messidor going to the Lions at 17? And I can. So, or on the board at 17. And who are the names that are always gone before 17? And those picks are vetoed. Absolutely vetoed. So you cannot vote for the following players. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Quarterback Fernando Mendoza, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Running back Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame. Wide receiver Makai Lemon, USC. Offensive lineman Spencer Fano and Francis Muiaga from Utah and Miami, respectively. Edge rusher David Bailey, Texas Tech.
Damn it.
Ruben Bain from Miami. Linebacker Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. And defensive backs Caleb Downs and Jermod McCoy. All off the board. That leaves, obviously, everybody else. Who do you want most at 17? Do you want one of the tackles, Caleb Lomu from Utah or Caden Proctor from Alabama? Do you want an interior offensive lineman like Olavavenga Ioane from Penn State? The best tight end in the draft, Kenyon Sadiq, is there. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State, is there. Edge rusher, Akeem Messador, is there. Defensive tackle, Peter Woods from Clemson, is there. Mansour Delane, the corner from LSU, is on the board. The safety, Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, is on the board. Or dare you shake it up and take quarterback Ty Simpson, Alabama? What is your move at 17? 248-539-9797. We've given you the list of some of who is available, but obviously everybody we haven't vetoed. Mendoza, Love, Lemon, Fanu, Muiaga, Bailey, Bain, Arvell Reese, Styles, Downs, and McCoy all off the board. Who do you want at 17 the most? What we do is we tally these up, we keep track of them, and throughout the draft process, we see how it evolves, my friends. But this is really up to the people. Who do you want at 17? And if you want to give us a reason why, that always helps. If you're sending a text or a tweet, 248-539-9797. Gator, out of those who are available, who would you most want?
Well, again, it's so tough because you want to know what they're doing in free agency, but because we don't know what they're going to do in free agency, and I'm going to think that I think they can fix part of that line with free agency. So with those players available,
yep,
I'm still going with a tackle. I'm going to go offensive tackle. I'm going to go with Lomo. Big fella is rated as the third best offensive tackle according to Mel, behind Mauigoa and Fanu. So he comes in ahead of Caden Proctor from Alabama. I like the fact that he played a bunch. Obviously he was a starter. He's still relatively young because I think it was a redshirt sophomore at Utah. Good size, 6'6", athletic, because he's only 300 pounds, so he can move well. And he was coached by pretty good coaches who now have moved on to Michigan. I like Caleb Lomu. He's going to be my guy. And it was not an easy decision because it came down to him and one other.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you. I do want to throw this caveat in there. You cannot trade the pick. Invariably, we get people saying, I'm trading that pick. Well, we're not trading for the purposes of this because we have no idea what trades could possibly be out there. So if they cannot trade out, if you don't want to participate, you don't have to. But if you cannot trade out, who do you take? Gator, the pick is in. And with the pick at 17, the Detroit Lions select Caleb Lomu. I agree with you. The tackle from Utah. My perfect offseason plan. I think it's time to move on from Taylor Decker. If he's after a June 1st cut, that means an $18 million cap space freed up. You throw all of that money and more at Tyler Linderbaum, the center. You move Penei Sewell from right tackle to left tackle, and you draft Caleb Lomu to start as a rookie at right tackle, offensive line, and quite frankly, the offense fixed in one fell swoop. That is what I do. Then I've got a battle at guard between Ratledge, a battle at guard between Mahogany, Frazier, Glasgow, whatever you can come up with the best interior of the offensive line with those four battling for the two guard spots. Kang, given this scenario of who we say is off the board, who would you take?
All right, the pick is in for me too, Doug. And as you well, Gator, I'm on the same wavelength. I'm going with tackle as well, but I'm going with a different tackle. I'm going with Alabama offensive tackle Caden Proctor. He's just a massive, massive human being. I think he can be dominant in the run game, which this team needs to get back to doing, is running the football. I, like you guys as well, not sure what's going to happen with Taylor Decker. And even if he does come back, there's a good chance he doesn't play the entire season because of all the injuries he has to deal with all the time. So I'm going Proctor. But that doesn't rule out me going back on the line inside with a guard or center in the second round because I want to build competition. If they were true about that, they would think about the same way. But, yeah, I'm going offensive tackle.
There it is. All three of us go offensive tackle, but two different tackles selected. What do you do, Detroit? 248-539-9797, the perfect pick at 17. Again, we tally these up. We track it throughout. But as of today, it's 1.0. Who do you want most? We'll do it again in February. We'll do it again in March. And our final one comes the week of the draft. That's Karsch and Anderson 4.0. And it's always intriguing to see how these things evolve as we get set for an off season for the Detroit Lions. It is a big night in Detroit sports. You got college basketball with Michigan State and Michigan both playing. You got the Red Wings in action against the LA Kings. You got the Pistons taking on Denver. Man, big night in sports. We'll talk about all of that as teams jockey for position. You know what? All those teams are winning. All those teams are winning.
What do you mean they're winning? Like winning like a lot or just by 500?
Winning a ton.
Oh, my
and it's
goodness.
awesome. All that coming up. Karsch and Anderson, 97.1.